out buying dirt bikes, I was mini bikes, then I went to bigger motorcycles. I've been into that my whole.
Today's video is all about Frank Fritz from American Pickers. It's been 3 years since he suddenly left the show, and everyone's been asking why. Well, today, we've got some big news. We're going to take you through the whole story. There's been a lot of talk about why Frank left. Was it his health, a disagreement, or something else? We've got all the details. We're going to cover everything from his last days on the show to what he's been doing since. It's a full update on one of your favorite TV stars. If you've been a fan of American Pickers and have missed seeing Frank on your screen, this is the video for you. American Pickers hit the screens in 2010 on the History Channel, quickly became a hit. Two guys, Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz, travel across the United States in search of hidden treasures. They weren't just looking for old stuff. They were on a mission to uncover pieces of forgotten history. Mike and Frank were the heart of American Pickers. Mike, with his passion for storytelling, and Frank, with his sharp eye for rare finds, made a perfect team. They traveled from one corner of the country to another, digging through piles of what many would dismiss as junk. But for them, every rusty sign, vintage motorcycle, or old toy had a story waiting to be told. The show's popularity increased as viewers tuned in not only to see what Mike and Frank would find next, but also to hear the fascinating stories behind these items. This unique blend of adventure, history, and storytelling captured the hearts of millions, making American Pickers a beloved show on the History Channel. Frank had this incredible ability to look at a pile of old stuff and see the hidden gems within. His sharp eye and passion for hunting treasures added a whole new dimension to the show. While Mike was great at negotiating deals and telling the stories, Frank's knack for picking the best items made them an unbeatable team. Their dynamic was a big part of the show's success. Frank and Mike had known each other for over 40 years, and their friendship was genuine. They bantered, disagreed, and haggled over prices like old pals do. It was this authenticity that resonated with viewers. Frank's love for motorcycles, vintage toys, and quirky collectibles made each episode unique. Now, let's rewind the clock and go back to when things started to change on American Pickers. It all began with a series of events that led to Frank Fritz's absence from the show. Back in March 2020, Frank made his last appearance on the show. Fans immediately noticed something was different, but there was no official explanation for his departure. It left viewers curious about what had happened to one of their favorite pickers. The absence of Frank Fritz raised eyebrows, not only among fans, but also among his co-stars and the production team. It was a big change for a show that had always been about the duo, Mike and Frank, hitting the road together. Rumors began to swirl. People started speculating about why Frank was no longer on the show. Was it a health issue, a personal matter, or perhaps a feud with Mike? The lack of clarity fueled these speculations, and fans were eager to know the truth. It turns out that Frank was facing some significant challenges during his time away from American Pickers. First on the list was his back surgery. Frank underwent a major operation that required not just stitches, but a whopping 185 stitches. That's a lot, and it's no small matter. Imagine the pain and recovery that followed such a procedure. It left Frank physically weakened and unable to carry on with the show. But that's not all. Frank was also battling a condition called Crohn's disease. For those unfamiliar with it, Crohn's disease can be pretty tough to deal with. It affects the digestive system and can lead to a host of health issues. It's not the kind of thing you can just brush off. These health challenges took a toll on Frank's ability to participate in American Pickers. He wasn't in the best shape to be out on the road, climbing through piles of antiques and lifting heavy objects. His health had to take priority, and that meant stepping back from the show. But it wasn't just his health that underwent a transformation. Frank made some personal changes during his time away. He decided to shed some pounds, which led to noticeable weight loss. He also made the commendable decision to quit alcohol, a move toward a healthier lifestyle. So, while Frank's health and personal challenges were indeed significant, they also marked a period of personal growth and self-improvement for him. But the big question remained: would he ever return to the show? Now, let's talk about something that has been on everyone's minds: the reported feud between Frank Fritz and Mike Wolfe. As Frank was dealing with his health issues and personal challenges, there was another storm brewing behind the scenes. Reports started surfacing about a rift between the two co-stars who had been picking buddies for years. According to Frank's perspective, the issue was a lack of communication and support from Mike Wolfe during his difficult times. Frank felt left in the dark, with no contact from Mike or even the production team. While fans were used to seeing Frank and Mike banter, argue, and haggle on screen, it seemed like something had changed off-screen. There was tension between them, and it left viewers wondering about the future of American Pickers. In July 2021, the History Channel, the home of American Pickers, confirmed what had been swirling in the rumor mill for months. Frank Fritz was no longer part of the show. The official announcement sent shockwaves through the fan community. It was the moment they had been waiting for, and yet it left them with mixed emotions. Mike Wolfe also addressed Frank's departure in a statement that didn't go into the details of the reported feud or the reasons behind Frank's exit. Mike's statement acknowledged the departure of his longtime co-host but didn't provide much clarity. Fans expressed their disappointment, sadness, and even anger over the news. Many had grown attached to the dynamic duo of Frank and Mike, and the idea of the show without one of its core members was hard to digest. With Frank Fritz's departure from American Pickers, the show entered a new era. First and foremost, the absence of Frank Fritz brought about noticeable changes in the show's format. The impact on viewership was also noticeable. Fans who had followed the show for years had mixed reactions to Frank's departure. Some remained loyal, eager to see what the show would offer next, while others expressed disappointment and even chose to tune out. The show's ratings, a key indicator of its success, were also affected. With Frank Fritz no longer in the picture, the show experienced fluctuations in its viewership numbers. It was clear that Frank's absence had left a void. To adapt to these changes, the production team introduced new members to the cast. Danielle Colby, who had been part of the show from the beginning, took on a more prominent role. So, what has Frank Fritz been up to since he bid farewell to American Pickers? It's a question that has been on the minds of fans who have followed his journey closely. One notable change has been his focus on his health. He's continued to work on his weight loss journey, shedding even more pounds and adopting a healthier lifestyle. It's a personal transformation that he's taken seriously. Frank has also explored new projects and interests. He's been seen on social media, engaging with fans and sharing updates about his life. He's a motorcycle enthusiast, and he's not shying away from his passion. He's been actively involved in the biking community, attending events and connecting with fellow riders. Reflecting on his time with American Pickers, Frank has shared insights into the experiences and memories he treasures from his years on the show. He's acknowledged the impact it had on his life and the opportunities it brought him. As for his future plans, Frank remains optimistic and open to new adventures. While he may have left the show that made him a household name, he's not done exploring the world of antiques and collectibles. Frank Fritz continues to be a presence in the world of vintage treasures, and fans are eager to see where his journey takes him next. The departure of Frank Fritz from American Pickers triggered a wave of reactions from devoted fans. While some were saddened by his exit, they continued to rally behind him, showing unwavering support in various ways. Frank's loyal fan base kept his legacy alive. Frank Fritz's legacy on American Pickers is undeniable. He was not just a picker, he was a character who brought enthusiasm and expertise to the show. His knack for finding treasures in unexpected places and his memorable on-screen presence left an indelible mark. Yet, Frank's journey continues. Fans continue to support him, and his impact on the show's success remains undeniable. His departure may have changed the dynamics of American Pickers, but it also highlighted the all-time love for the series and its stars. As we look to the future, one thing is clear. Frank Fritz's story is not over. His current endeavors and the ongoing interest in his career demonstrate that he remains a prominent figure in the world of picking. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey through the world of American Pickers and the story of Frank Fritz. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more engaging content. See you soon.